Hi everyone, welcome to this machine learning course in Skillari, and today we are going to talk about random forest. Random forest, please view this lectures only if you have completed decision tree, or these things will not make much sense. Okay, complete the previous tutorial and then only jump to random forest. We are going to learn everything about random forest, look into the algorithm, and also look into the advantages and disadvantages that we have in random forest. But before just jumping into random forest, let's look into a wider picture of what do we mean by ensemble learning. Okay, random forest algorithm is a part of this ensemble learning. What do we mean by ensemble learning? It means that having more than one algorithm, having multiple algorithms, machine learning algorithms, converge them and make it into a bigger, wider machine learning algorithm. What I mean by this is it's the process of combining multiple classifiers to solve a complex problem and to improve the performance of the model. So this might be one algo, okay, one ML algo, this ML algo. Okay, this might be one, the second, this might be one more, this might be one more. Okay, so what I do, I am combining all of these classifier, machine learning algorithm classifier, and creating a better, wider picture. Okay, creating a single wider uh, picture which will help me increase the performance, and also it will just help us solve out complex problems. Okay, that is what we mean by ensemble learning. Random forest is something which belongs to ensemble learning, right? So let's learn about random forest. What do we mean by random forest? We have known about decision trees. What do we mean by random forest? Random forest, as the name suggests, it's a classifier that contains a number of decision tree. In decision tree, we could have only one decision tree, two decision, singular individual decision tree. But in random forest, it's a combination of a different number of decision tree on various subsets of the given data set, which at the end takes the average to improve the predictive accuracy of that data set. Okay, right now I might have told a lot of big words, so let me just shorten it out. What I mean by this is, in decision tree we just had one tree, but in random forest what we have different trees, n number of trees. We can set this n, okay, n trees, we can set the number of trees. By default in sklearn it's 100 trees. Okay, so what it does, it will take some form of a data set, from the data set a subset of the data set, and then from a form a decision tree out of it. Okay, and then uh, give some solution. Okay, give some solution out of it. At the end what happens is there's a majority rule, and from that majority, the number of votes, wherever the majority of the number of votes are, it will be the class to which the new data point belongs to. That's how our random forest algorithm works. Okay, so instead of relying on the decision tree, the random forest takes the prediction from each of these tree, and based on the majority votes of prediction, it predicts the final output. Okay, we are not relying on a single tree. In random forest, the what the advantage it gives is, we are not relying on a single decision tree for our prediction, but we are mostly dependent on the average value or the majority value from different decision trees. So most of the times it has been found that random forest does a far better job than decision tree. Okay, the greater the number of trees in the forest leads to higher accuracy and prevents the problem of overfitting. In decision tree, if you could just recall, in a last section we have discussed that DS tree is having a high problem of overfitting. Okay, we have seen that dysentery faces the problem of overfitting. So random forest is used to discard the problem of overfitting. Now let's look into the random forest algorithm. Okay, so as I've told you, the random forest algorithm, okay, how does it work? We have to first select random k data points from the training set. Okay, we from the data points from the data set, we will be selecting some data points which will help us to build subsets. Okay, from those data points we will be creating out some random data points which will help us becoming subsets. Okay, what I mean is, if this is my data set, okay, if this is my data set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take small subsets from it and then build decision tree based on this. Then sorry, create a bigger picture. Okay, if this is my data set, I will create, this is one subset of my data set, this is one subset of my data set, and then I will pass my machine learning algo. That is, I will create a DS tree on this, create a DS tree on this, create a DS tree on this, and whatever solution I get out of from it, I will store it out, I will store it out and store it out. And then from this, let's say we are having 1 0 1, and from the majority rule we can see that 1 is the highest count. So uh, by this we can say that whatever it belongs to class 1. Okay, that's how the random forest algorithm eventually works, and we are going to break all of it using this algorithm. So we have built out our k data points and we have got the subsets. Next thing is we have to choose the number of decision, number n for decision tree that you want to build. By default in sklearn it's n equal to 100. Okay, n equal to 100 by default. Okay, it's 100 decision tree. Then we are going to do the same thing for repeat the same steps 1 and 2. Okay, after we have set the number of decision trees we need, we'll just repeat. We'll take a new subset, create a decision tree, we'll create a new subset, create a decision tree. One by one we'll create so many, each one after the other we will create a bunch of 100 decision trees for this, and then we'll merge all of them to get the final prediction. So for new data points, find the prediction of each decision tree, assign the new data points to a category that wins the majority rule. Okay, so from all the decision tree, let's say we have 1 0 1 0. Okay, let me give more. I have 5 decision tree over here. Okay, 5 decision tree over here, which gives me 1 0 1 0 1. Okay, so we can say that there are uh, three values gives me the value of 1, and two value gives me 2 0 gives me the value of 0. So we can see from the majority rule, we can say that the new data point belongs to class 1. Okay, that's how the random forest algorithm works. Okay, I hope this is much more clear to you. Even if it isn't, then in the lab section, when we actually execute it out, it will make more and more sense.